So the first question here says something like, describe the motion of the bus, right? Where you can see here, guys. You can see that there is a curving line here, guys. If there is a curving line, this indicates that there is a decrease in acceleration, guys. If it curves up like this, there is an increase in acceleration in this case here. So your answer would definitely be decreasing acceleration, which I think most of you guys got it. All right. For B and C, you can see that the speed remains stationary. Sorry, the speed remains constant at 40 km per hour, which means to say it is obviously moving at constant speed, right? Forward lah. If it's moving backwards with constant speed, it will be somewhere around here, guys. The graph will look at the bottom here will be constant speed backwards, right? And finally, C to donkey, like I've mentioned, is basically constant acceleration. In this case, it's constant negative acceleration. Although, obviously, this part here is deceleration, right? But you don't have an option for deceleration. But you know that it is constant deceleration. So our only logical answer here will be constant acceleration for the third one. And ta-da! You get your 3 marks. Huh? No, it's not. But if it is, then everyone got it wrong. Then this question is null. Okay. Then after that, they ask you for the average speed of the bus between A to donkey is 33 kilometers per hour. They ask you to calculate distance. Guys, distance, if you see the word average speed, the formula for average speed is total distance over total time, right? I'm basically looking for the total distance. In this case here, I'll need to take average speed multiplied by the total time, right? If I take average speed multiplied by total time, which is 23 km per hour, can I just multiply 2 like this? Can multiply 2 Why not? Yeah, it should be 2 over 60 because 2 is in minutes. I need to do 2 over 60 to find it in hours. Then you press in the calculator, you'll get an answer. 0.77 units km. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, the last part here, it says that the bus stops for 1 minute and travels at a constant acceleration for 30 seconds. Stops for 1 minute means to say the speed should be 0, right? For 1 minute. Stop for 1 minute means to say you stop. Now move for 1 minute, right? Then constant acceleration for 30 seconds, you just draw all the way until here only for 30 seconds. Right, however much you want to draw it. Then you get your marks already. Yay! Free. Good. Yeah. 3 marks gone. 3 marks gone in a real exam. Okay. Guys, anyone has any questions? Good. Attempt question number 2. Once again, you have 9 minutes. Don't worry about that also. Trust in yourself. I don't trust. Okay, anyways, calculate the change of momentum of the water jet rejected here. Guys, change of momentum is obviously mv minus mu, right? Mv minus mu. This is basically your m, this is basically your v, and then it started off with the initial velocity of 0, right? So it's basically just mv in this case, which is 0.8 multiplied by 0.72. Press that in your calculator and you'll get 576 or 8? 6. Oh, kg meters per second. Straightforward. Everyone knows this. 2 marks like that. Free. 3 max. 2 minimum. Oh. Okay, then after that, I ask you to calculate the force, right? There's only one formula that relates change in momentum to force, right? What's that formula again? Ft equals to mv minus mu. So F equals to mv minus mu over d. In this case, you already found mv minus mu, right? Divide by 6. The answer will be
0.096. What's magnitude F static?
F equals mu, you have to calculate the A again and you have to multiply it by M.
No, A is just 0.76 divided by 60. 6 is second.
It's the same thing, right? Okay, doesn't matter. Whichever way you do is fine as long as you get the answer. Okay? Then after that, the brakes of the model are released. State and explain the direction of the acceleration of model. Right? So right now, if the water jet is pushing here, then obviously the object will accelerate in this direction, right? So your statement is your acceleration to the right, acceleration to the right. Because why? Because there is a resultant force from the poles water jet.
So if I just say force, what?
Must write resultant force, not just force. The keyword is resultant force generates acceleration, not just force. Like for example, I could have two forces acting on it and it's not going to accelerate, right? But if I have resultant force acting on it, then it will accelerate. The keyword is the resultant force.
Can I say backward itself, right?
Hmm?
Can I say the back of the empty
Backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, acceptable. Okay, then after that, it says that the model contains water tank which is initially full. State and explain any change in the magnitude of the initial acceleration. Now, this one here relates to your F equals to ma, right? Because as the water continuously pushes outwards, what's going to happen is your mass will constantly decrease, right? Assuming you have a constant force from the engine or the water jet, right? Then obviously your acceleration will increase, right? And your statement is acceleration increases when the tank uses up. Anyway, you want to word it out, it doesn't matter, but the keyword is you finish using the water, right? The water mass decreases acceleration. Anything along these lines, doesn't have to be word by word, but you have to have the idea that the mass is decreasing. And based on your F equals to ma formula, constant force, lower mass, increased acceleration.
You say constant force.
I think so. Let's check. Yeah. I mean, if you wrote mass less, also they give you already. Okay. Question number 3. You'll find that the last part, the efficiency part, is a very interesting question, guys. Yeah, you should be able to do it right now.
I think I remember how I fought for this now. I think I just wrote pollution only. And then I argued with my teacher for 5 minutes, then she gave me the mark.
I'm surprised you did.
You said that last time.
Huh? Disadvantage of solar panel manufacture? No, not specific enough.
Expensive to build.
Yeah, high initial cost.
Say it stores the store the everything. Can be used. Never went up.
H3. Okay, state the form of energy translated from the sun to solar is known as
Like solar energy.
solar. It should be solar, right? Light.
Like
Light energy, lor. State one environmental advantage and disadvantage of using solar cells. Environmental advantage is definitely no greenhouse gases. So wait, renewable can. Yeah, can. Disadvantage is high initial cost, hard to maintain, takes up a lot of space, and so on. Quite a lot of answers on. Quite a lot of answers on. They accept like very, very vague answers also, but not too vague lah, obviously. Right. Okay.
yes.
Yeah, write anything like this is common sense at this point. State and explain whether this source is renewable or not. Obviously, is renewable. Why? Infinite amount. Infinite amount. It doesn't use up anything. Anything lah. Anything that's logical.
What's that let me say come from the sun or what's the source of energy?
Cannot.
What?
You must. I think you must mention it doesn't use up anything.
Lah.
For it is renewable. What is it? Okay. But I think everyone did very well for this page. Is like common sense lah, right? Unless common sense is not so common anymore. Anyways, if you look at this part here, this is the challenging part. So it says each solar cell is arranged in a rectangular shape of this area, right? The solar cells are situated where this power of solar is received per square meter, guys. Means to say 1 meter square is equals to 260 watts. The electrical output of each solar cell is this amount, and this is the amount. They ask you to calculate the efficiency, right? So from here, I basically need to find efficiency. Efficiency is basically output over input multiplied by 100%, right? Yes. So the first things first is I want to find out how much is my input. Oh, sorry, how much is my output, right? How much is my output here? My output will be basically 2.5 times 86, right? Because P equals to VI, guys. I'm basically looking for power output over power input, right? Which in this case is VI over the input, which is based on this per square meter, right? So if I have 1 meter square, I have 260 watts. Then you find out how much is 1.2 times 2.8 in terms of meter square, right? How much will this be? 3.36. 3.36 meters square. If 1 meter square gives me 260 watts, then 3.36 is basically 260 multiplied by 3.36, right?
8.7.
8.7.
8.6
0.6 watts, right? So from here, will be basically 2.5 times 86 divided by the power that you have out here input, right? Then you multiply by 100%. And then you get your answer. 20. Something like 24.6%, I think. Then you round up to 25%. Doesn't matter. Even if you round to, if you put 24.6, it's still acceptable. Don't know, don't care. Not important.
You do correct.
Yeah, if you get this correct, they'll straight away give you all the marks. If you don't get this correct, only they'll start scouting where to give you PT marks. For sure. Like I've told you 1,000 times, even though you don't write it. Which part?
all it.
Cannot. Cannot all of it.
Wow. Just show him the recording, if you got record.
I recorded.
Ask Michael to watch the recording.
I explain again. You need to understand that 1 meter square is 260 watts based on this information, right? But one solar cell is not just 1 meter square, it's this amount, right? So I'm going to find out how much this amount will get in terms of power, which I just multiply lah. This is the power I get per solar cell, right? And then each solar cell has an output of VI, which is power, right? P equals to VI, right? So I just multiply these two. You see, I multiply these two. And divide by the input, then multiply by 100%, now I'll get my answer. Okay, guys. If you have no questions, please proceed with question number 4. Otherwise, this thing empty. Well, up to this. The molecular change in pressure in the similar. It's quite similar. Depending on how you want to write it. Yeah, can write something similar for chemistry as well. For this one.
Is P equals V equals to yeah. Volume decrease of be a good key, right?
For 5B2, you can ignore it. See, accurate. Close, not close enough. It's 290. Aaron, done already. I have a question number 4.
Yeah, almost second day out. On the dangerous.
What? Can show cash
1.7
for
I thought it's been 60, 120, 130, 150.
he bought for.
You I thought you say what?
I don't drink chaji, bro. How many times have you seen me drink chaji? Enjoy. You can pay. You can pass it to someone else. Even when I buy you guys chaji, I've been drinking chaji myself. If you notice.
Hey, yeah, I can give you the sound as a. Oh, 1 year, few months.
No, thank you. I prefer that my child not drink sugar before 1 month old.
Oh yeah, later hyperactive. No sleep. Big sleep. No need sleep. Then still got sleep. Later hyperactive later.
Later you're not a fox some more. Later you're rapping there.
Later he's suddenly right.
Cái này khá thật đó.
Shareholder. Shareholder.
Tu dùng.
That's
Okay, guys, done with question number 4. Can I discuss? State and explain in terms of molecules any change in the pressure of a gas when the volume is reduced at a constant temperature. So right now you have to write a few things in terms of the molecules. What happens to the pressure when the temperature, when the volume is constantly reduced at constant temperature. So basically you have a big volume turning into a smaller volume, right? Your statement in terms of the pressure will definitely be increases. Why? Why does the pressure increase?
hit against the wall more frequently.
Molecules have smaller space to move in and thus collide against the walls of the container more frequently, producing more force per unit area and ultimately increasing pressure.
This is shorter distance.
Shorter distance, I can also. Same thing.
Speed equals V over T or
V over T.
T over V. Oh, yeah.
Is PV over T, my friend. But you don't know this formula.
Yeah, I put that and so just we say was put area is smaller because and the formula is speed equal to velocity.
Can also, but not really included in the mark scheme.
But I don't know.
In terms of the force over area formula, you're supposed to write it. You're supposed to say that it collides more frequently against the wall and thus produces more force per unit area. Okay. After that, this one, if you got this wrong, it's GG time, bros. Okay. Question number 5. Skip the last part. We have 6 minutes, guys. Ignorant clowns. 哎，乘过几多次了？
optic nerve.
去那个 blind spot 欸
What's the blind spot?
Oh yeah, you don't
If you have
try
perfect vision, right, your light rays will converge at the back of your eye. If you have short-sightedness, your light rays will converge in front of your eye. If you have long-sightedness, your light rays will converge behind your eye. Right? So based on what sightedness you are, you'll have to wear different corrective eyewear, right? If you have short-sightedness, you'll have to buy concave lens, right? Concave lens, then you can have the light ray converge at the back of your eye. If you have short-sightedness, you'll have to wear convex lens, which will help you converge your light ray at the back of your eye as well. 记得嘛？我讲过很多次啊 I've shown you guys this picture at least 1,000 times by now already. I've never seen this picture before in my life. 记得吗？
飞那个 doctor 不出啊
Pray or pay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough physics for the day already.
First purposes of the English one from a magnitude advantage. Upright.
And virtual and fake. Fake means 死人头啊 Fake. What's the answer? Upright. Right? Upright what? Virtual and? Yeah, same size, same size. Come here, I give you a present. I want to give you something. Come here. Yeah, come here, I give you a present. Come here. Well, come here, I'll tell you now. It's magnified lah, magnifying glass, right? Yeah. It's either magnified, diminished, real, virtual, or upright inverted ma. Hey.
Go to school. What?